Hi, my name is Julio Rivera. I'm an activist, journalist, adventurer, veteran, television presenter, and businessman. I've covered many of the major historical events going on around the world over the past several years, and after watching regime changes, conflict, and historic elections globally, I've come to the conclusion that the most underreported crisis in the world today can be defined in only one word: malware. That's why I've decided to dedicate my time to educating people everywhere and exposing the dangers that exist on the devices that we've become tethered to and depend on for so many reasons in our day-to-day life. Welcome to This Week in Malware. On This Week in Malware, we'll be covering PAAS Ransomware, another member of the Djvu Ransomware family, holds victims' files hostage and demands a ransom. Zeus Keylogger steals your sensitive data and sends it to hackers. And National Consumer Center Popups collect your data by fooling you into thinking you've won a prize. Although most of the tech-related headlines we see reference larger ransomware attacks, including May of 2021's Colonial Pipeline attack and the attack against the Irish healthcare system from later in that same month, they only actually represent a small portion of the total ransomware attacks seen globally. The truth is, ransomware attacks can also victimize individual users, and one major reason for that is the Djvu Ransomware family. This prolific ransomware group seems to unleash an updated version of its malicious code on what feels like a daily basis. Among the more recent additions to the family is the PAAS Ransomware. PAAS Ransomware received its name because it appends affected files with the .paas suffix. This strain of ransomware works identically to the other members of the Djvu Ransomware family. Like most other ransomware strains, it spreads mostly via spam emails, social engineering, and compromised websites. The PAAS ransomware experience. Users will unknowingly download PAAS ransomware and suddenly find that their personal files have been encrypted and rendered inaccessible. They will notice that the affected files have been appended with the .paas suffix, and that a ransom note now exists on their desktop in the form of a _readme.txt document. The hackers request a payment of $980 for file decryption, but are willing to lower that request to $490 in return for prompt payment within 72 hours. The ransomware owners also provide the victim with contact information in the form of two emails: helpteam@mail.ch and helpmanager@airmail.cc. Should victims communicate via the emails provided, they will be asked to send one lock file to be decrypted for free as proof that the ransomware operators can unlock the victim's files after receiving payment. We strongly recommend that you do not communicate with the hackers and you refrain from paying any ransom, as paying does not guarantee file decryption or resolution to your problem. If your files were encrypted with an offline encryption key, it might be possible to get them back with a public decryption tool developed for the Stop Ransomware Infection. However, if PAAS Ransomware used an online encryption key, getting the files back becomes almost impossible. Therefore, we strongly recommend users keep backups of their files to mitigate the trouble caused by the ransomware infection. Additionally, we also recommend that you use a reputable anti-malware tool to regularly scan for and remove infections like PAAS ransomware from your system. Keyloggers are a form of malicious software designed to record user keystrokes to capture sensitive information such as usernames, passwords, credit card numbers, and more. Keyloggers can be installed directly on your computer via emails, social media apps to collect data, or through malware. Once installed, they can record all of your keystrokes and store them in a file to be sent to the hacker at a later time. Zeus Keylogger is a keylogging malware variant that was specifically written to collect the victim's banking information. Zeus leverages the man-in-the-browser keystroke logging and form grabbing, which retrieves authorization and login information from a web data form and then sends it to a secure server. This allows the Zeus Keylogger to avoid HTTPS encryption. Zeus Keylogger is also pre-programmed to identify activity associated with an extensive list of financial institutions, online payment websites, and banks. Should Zeus Keylogger detect that the victim has visited a domain on its list of financial sites, it will immediately begin capturing the user's keystrokes. Zeus can also record screenshots to more easily steal online banking passwords, social security numbers, and other payment information, including bank account and credit card numbers. Zeus Keylogger has additional functionality that replaces some banks' pages with its own fake content to actually trick victims into directly typing their credentials into a portal that sends that data directly to the Keylogger's operators. Detecting and removing Zeus Keylogger. Part of what makes Zeus Keylogger such a troublesome malware is that it is extremely difficult to detect on the infected computer. Most times, an infected computer will not behave any differently or show any obvious symptoms or signs of infection. It's even worse if Zeus Keylogger is working together with a rootkit infection. In such cases, Zeus Keylogger may not even show up in the task manager as it sits quietly in your system, collecting valuable financial data. For this reason, we highly recommend that you always maintain a reputable malware remediation tool on your computer to scan for infections like Zeus Keylogger regularly. If you happen to come across a pop-up that says you're eligible for a free gift and it sounds too good to be true, you may have encountered a fake online offer scheme that could be brought on by adware. An example of this is the National Consumer Center pop-ups that may appear on your screen offering you a free prize. It will say that you only need to click the OK button to claim your prize, but by doing so, you'll be redirected with a website with an authentic looking URL, something along the lines of www.nationalconsumercenter.com or org that is set on collecting your personal information. The National Consumer Center pop-ups may be caused by adware components installed on your web browser. These pop-ups may also be displayed on some of the websites you visit if they contain poorly regulated ad content. Users are cautioned not to fall for these tactics, as they are not likely to receive any of the promised prizes described in the National Consumer Center pop-ups. The advertisements associated with the National Consumer Center message may attempt to direct unsuspecting users to the address electronicpromotioncenter.com or similar domains that contain corrupted content. The National Consumer Center pop-ups are closely linked to several other known bogus online offer schemes, including the prize-related Walmart and Amazon gift card scams. These kinds of scams rely heavily on the victims volunteering to give away their personal information. This is generally achieved by having users participate in online surveys. The survey itself is presented as a condition to receive whatever free prize the users will supposedly receive. As the victims continue to fill out the surveys, the questions will progressively become more personal. The National Consumer Center will then request information such as phone numbers, email addresses, credit card numbers, and postal addresses, arguing that this information is necessary for the gift delivery. If you find yourself seeing these kinds of pop-ups even when you are visiting legitimate sites, you likely have adware or other threats on your computer. The adware may have been installed without your knowledge via software bundling. To avoid encountering adware, it is highly recommended that you opt for the custom installation method when downloading new software and only choose programs you genuinely need and are familiar with. In the interim, it is recommended that you look through your list of downloaded software and remove any unnecessary or unwanted programs, and additionally conduct regular scans of your PC to eliminate any unwanted adware or other threat. You know, as I think about the dangers that exist online, not unlike the subjects we learned about in this video, I know I feel a lot better having an anti-malware program like SpyHunter installed in my PC, providing me the protection I need against malware, and I think you should too. SpyHunter 5's strongest features are found in its malware repair capabilities. SpyHunter 5's remediation algorithms dive deep into your system to remove and address complex malware issues affecting PCs today. While many anti-malware products only flag and quarantine malware and ultimately fail to fully remediate the root problem, the SpyHunter 5 remediation algorithm detects, quarantines, and programmatically repairs malware problems on your PC. SpyHunter 5 is a powerful PC utility that repairs malware threats in many cases where other competing anti-malware and antivirus programs may fail. To detect and remove malware for free, go to enigmasoftware.com and download SpyHunter today. Thanks for watching.